Hi everyone, I'm Trace. Welcome back to my channel Earth Star. I'm just going to do a quick pick a card. Pile 1 will be if you're wanting to know about your relationship this full moon, and pile 2 will be if you're wanting to know about your job this full moon. So let's draw those cards now. It's a super full moon in Taurus this week, and everything is about positive changes. It's about how you create your own reality, how you attack that, and how do you get your mind around that, because the past few years we've tried, I don't know if you have, but we've all been trying to work on ourselves, trying to get a way forward, trying to let things go, try to understand what it is in our lives that is taking up too much of nonsense, all the stuff that we accumulate, the mud that we accumulate. And right now, this full moon is coming to almost like, in fact, we've got 3 full moons before the end of the year, and they're all super moons. So I think this energy that we have got coming through to us is nice and powerful for us to create our own realities around it. So let's see, pile 1. What is your deep dive into your relationship right now? Pile 1. Okay, you've got bring love into the situation. And then the second pile will be about if you want to know about your job. So those of you who want pile 2, let's see what your feelings and how do you create your dream life with your job. Let's have a look to see what that is. And you've got show the world the real you. So pile 1, those of you who want to know about your relationships, bring love into the situation. And pile 2, show the world the real you. And we've got new moon in Aquarius here, and we've got full moon in Aquarius. So Aquarius is a very revolutionary sign. Aquarians are quite forthcoming in what they want to do in life. They're very determined. So this is a very determined energy for you coming through here. So those of you who are wanting to be here, get news or get information about your relationship, stick around. That's your pile. So let's have a look at this. Bring love into the situation. So in your relationship right now, how can you deep dive into your feelings? What is your situation? How do you think about how you can get this beautiful relationship going? You've obviously come here because your relationship might be in trouble. You might be thinking, well, how do I bring love into it if I've actually fallen out of love with them, or we just processing the routine? Sometimes, you get so used to each other that you actually don't know how to bring the love back. And what this is saying to you here is that, Aquarius is about moving forward. Aquarius is about the revolutionary people. They have a plan. There's always something to be done. So in this year is saying no looking back now. If you want to be in this relationship, put everything that you can into it. And when you have that decision, when you think to yourself, I want to still stay with this person, I want to make it work, you have to bring love back into it. And this is saying to you is that it comes up with a suggestion to do things independently, like be loving, not controlling, or it's also about perhaps when you sense that things are moving forward and you need to explore different ways, is there a different way that you can approach things? Are you doing the same old thing over and over and getting and wanting different results but getting the same results? And perhaps what you need to do is detach from the situation a little bit, step back, think about outside the box, because if you're in it, if you're so deep in it and you think to yourself, it's not working, it's just whatever I'm doing is just not working, perhaps put a little bit of a stop on it and step back a bit and be more pragmatic around your approach to the relationship. Now, Aquarians are, as I said, they're revolutionary, they're inventors, they're sort of advances in modern technology. That's why we have moved into the age of Aquarius. And when that happens, there's AI coming in and there's all sorts of things coming in. So how can you be a little bit more humanitarian in your approach to this with technology? There's a lot of things that we used to do in the past. We used to go on dates and have picnics, and it's not safe to do that anymore. So what is it that you can do? Ask yourself, how can you bring love into the situation by bringing in modern techniques. So there is the conventional way of doing things, is the emotional way, and also you need to find out what is it that your partner's love language is. A lot of people don't understand that in a relationship, and you always asking the person to give you what you need because that is what you need. But if you're giving your partner a love language that resonates with them, they'll be happier, and then they'll reciprocate to you. And I think this is very much to be a little bit more independent and not too needy on your partner. And when you become more of a, not an asset, but when you become more of a ride along, what's the word I'm trying to say? When you become more of an added advantage to their lives, or them to your life, the relationships can become so much easier because you don't want to be codependent on somebody either. When you wake up in the morning and you go to work and you come home, you don't want to be, that person mustn't complete you. And I know that's a very horrible thing for me to say about love, but when you are in a situation, you need a bit of spaces in your togetherness. Oh gosh, this thing flying and I'm going to use it. You need spaces in your togetherness. And in all relationships, everybody needs their freedom. And I think that is what Spirit is saying to you here, is that bring more love into the situation, respect the person more, understand that they also need their space. And there's the love language card. So I'm loving this for you. So I think pile 1, those of you who have come here for a reading to do with your love situation, what Spirit has given you here is to say that you have a toolbox that you can go to every day, the Magician card. You can be hands-on. So every single person that you've dated in your life, or you've been with, if you're married and you've come here, or if you're in a new relationship, or however you are, just know that you have your own skills. You have your own toolbox of how that person fell in love with you, or that person saw something in you that they loved. And nobody else has got that. You are sacredly unique to that. So the Magician is saying to you is that draw on those skills, because if you're in a situation now in your relationship where everything it feels like, oh, we're just going down rabbit holes, we're missing each other in the passage, we're not dating anymore, we're not kind to each other. This card is saying to you, bring more love into the situation by actually being a little bit less selfish to what you need, and see what they need for a change. See what the other person needs. And when that happens in life, you always create a shift, because if you're both saying, well, I need this, and that your partner's saying, well, I need this, how are you ever going to get to a resolution? And this Knight of Pentacles is a very slow energy. The Knight of Pentacles is usually a knight that's planting seeds, going forward and building an empire slowly but surely. And this is what Spirit is saying to you, is when you slow down, when you stop everything and you get back to ground roots, I want to say. And this full moon is saying that to you, to say to you that when you want something to come to pass, perhaps just slow down, understand what you all need, think about where you want to dream and what you want to manifest, and perhaps putting a little bit of fear into the relationship, or am I going to get this out of them, or am I subconsciously working round and round what this person wants and I'm not getting what I need. So there you can be trapped as well, and that energy field will push you away from each other, and your emotions won't be free flowing. There won't be that powerful sort of partnership that you have with someone. So jealousy, fear, all sorts of resentments, unforgiveness between the two of you. If you feel that your relationship is solvable and you can get going, because your cards are saying here that you can. This is you've definitely got the tools. You have everything that you need to make it work. You have give and take. Whatever skill you have, produce it. Whatever skill they have, produce it. It's a give and take. Six of Pentacles is about what you have more of, you can give away. And the Knight of Pentacles, as I said, you plant those seeds, and you, at the end of the day, you have a healthier, free-flowing, a beautiful relationship. So I think right now this is saying to you, forgive the situation, release the paranoia and the drama. This full moon is a grounding energy. It's a moment to see if you are stuck, or if you're in a position that you can move out of the big mud situation that you've caused. And see if you can work consciously to get the power back in your relationship. And the bottom of the deck, it's upside down. You've got the King of Wands, and the King of Wands is an energy that says it's a stepping up and doing energy. So Spirit is saying to you, if you're here for your love reading, it's saying to you that it's salvageable. You need to get going, and you need to try and find something in a method, a modality that you can get going that can help you with providing this change and create a different reality for yourself. Right, let's see what your little last card says for you, pile 1. And you have, everyone may sometimes feel like this all day long. So you've got this little dude here, he's got his head on the table, and the only way to lift that little head off the table is to find a way to be a different person, change the situation, and says, yeah, close your eyes and connect. All the power is always within you. And that's exactly this card here, this magician card. The magic needs to come back into your relationship, and that is to bring love into the situation. That is how you bring all this back and get back to that ground roots, because at the end of the day, what are you taking with you out of this world? There's nothing you can take other than taking love out of the situation. And you can't take anything material with you. Whatever you're planting here, whatever you're stepping up to do in the relationship, remember that all you can do is be yourself and to be authentically you. So this card is just saying no looking back now. Change is on the way, and it's coming quickly. So if this is for you, whether you get to the change depends on whether you believe that you can fix it and bring it onto you. The card comes with the suggestion that you need to do things because you want to, because you're independently from this person. You're not codependent on them. You don't want to be in the relationship as an unhealthy codependent. You want to be in the relationship because you want to. So be loving, and just not too conditional, because you don't want to be in this condition here of the Six of Pentacles, saying to yourself, I'm only giving you this if you give me this back. And the Six of Pentacles can also be that. It could also be the fact that when you're conditioning love, you're giving a love because you want something back from the person. I think this is what your whole reading is about, is just to get back to why you want to be in a relationship, why you actually want to step up and have the relationship. Don't be in a relationship because you want something out of it. Okay, so let go of how the past has been. This is what this card is saying to you. There's definitely a sense that you need to let go, move towards your future as soon as possible. And this is what this is saying, is explore the idea that it's not what you know, but how you know them, how you can use who you are. All right, and I think when you do that, you can think outside the box and you can get better solutions for yourself. Now, if this is a noisy thing for you, just close your ears. I'm going to be using a charm, and let's see what can we conclude for this reading. And you've got a little rocking horse here. So if there's children involved, there's actually a little fairy here. I think this is all just saying bring the magic back and be a bit more playful, have a bit more fun, be a bit more playful. You've got a little cat here as well. So, to me, this is just a little origami sign, just to say to you, be conform the way that you want, that you have. This is a very conformed piece of puzzle. It's saying you've all got puzzle pieces that fit the bigger picture. That's what this says to me. And this little cat is saying be a bit more playful, have a bit more fun. You've got 3 very playful charms here. So pile 1, I think the best thing you can do is to take away everything that is really bugging you about your situation. Close your eyes and connect to all the power that you have within you. Look at this. When you root yourself and you ground yourself in this full moon, this energy. This full moon energy is very grounding, because Taurus is an earth sign, and it's very grounding. It's an extremely getting back to reality type of full moon. And the best way that you can create that is to know that you deserve this, and to be powerful in it. Because I think if you are going into the thinking, I may not deserve this person, or this person doesn't deserve me, you've got to let all that go by the wayside. So put everything you can into this. If you think this is salvageable, and Spirit definitely thinks so. So I'm glad that you've come here for your reading, and just know that it can't be perfect every single day. You do have ups and downs, and you're both human in your relationship. And I definitely think that this is definitely something that you should be working on and working towards, and bring love back into the situation. Right, pile 1. Right, pile 2, this is your card here. Show the world the real you. And for those of you who've come here for work, to see what you can do, how to get your career back on track, you need to just be yourself. You need to be yourself, whatever's coming up for you, and be aware of how you feel around certain people at work. About the job, is this the way that you want to be in this position? Because this full moon is about closing off things that don't resonate with you. This full moon is all about that amazing energy that's coming in to ground you, to give you that positive change. And now's the time to turn your mind to that, how you've been trying to create your own reality for the last couple of years. Have you heard it? Have you felt your bones? Is something doesn't feel right for you? Are you listening to that? And how you move through this full moon, you must be sure that when you want something to come to pass, you put everything into it. you you authentic yourself, you show the world who you are, and that is where you will find gratitude, and people will respect you more. You'll find gratitude in your days. That's how you create your own reality, because now you'll be so much more conscious of what you want in life. And you can deep dive into who you are and to say to people, this is who I am, this is what I have to offer. This is I'm not don't have resentments or hang-ups from the past. I'm not getting trapped into a situation that puts me into a lot of trouble when I go home at night and I think to myself, oh no, I can't be who I am, so I don't feel comfortable in that position. And this message that this card is giving you is to say, perhaps detach a little bit from the situation. Don't be so involved in it. Get to a stage in your position at work where you are not reliant on that salary. Detach yourself a little bit and say, if I didn't have to earn money, would I still stay here? Would I, would I keep these people at arm's length? Will I hold myself back more? Would I give everything that I had? And this card reminds you that you are unique and you have a special relationship with yourself. So if you're detaching and you see that those people only need you for something at work that you can provide when you are somebody else, that's not going to be healthy for you either. So go ahead and be yourself, whatever is coming up for you. And just be aware of you getting in your head too much. You need to be more in your heart, because this is definitely show the world the real you. Don't think what they need to see. And at the end of the day, every full moon is a time to release and let go. So with this Aquarian energy here, it's telling you that there's an extra message here, that it's opposite to clingy. It's opposite to be pulling yourself into a situation because you think that you can't let it go. So ask yourself, does this job suit me? Can I sustain myself going forward? And what is right? What is the right thing to do? Whether it happens right now or whether it's going to happen down the line. But I think Spirit is saying to you is, when you show yourself, show the world who you truly are. There's no ways that they can reject you. And if they do, they're not your people around your job and around your career. So let's see what Spirit wants to bring up for you, Pile 2. What is coming through for Pile 2 for their career? How many are here? There you go. Let's see what we've got. We've got the Hanged Man. We've got the 5 of Swords, yes, and we've got the 4 of Swords. So this is exactly what Spirit is saying to you here, and show the real you. When you withdraw, when you pause, and you stand back, and you assess the situation, and you perhaps understand that you think to yourself, oh, I could never ever leave this job. It's giving me the right money, and it's so close to home, and it's just working for me. But something inside of you is just saying, no, it's not right. And you just feel, oh, no, I need to stick it out. I need to stick it out because I need to be right. I need to stick it out at all costs, because the 5 of Swords is that card saying to you that you push yourself and clash with people because you just need to prove to yourself that you need to do this. And Spirit is saying to you, take the time out. Take the time out. You've got 2 resting cards here. Spirit is saying to you that when you see things in a different light, when you take a step back and you see things in a different light, and perhaps you even give yourself that space out of that need to be where you are in your job. I think that is what you will decide. You will say, you know what, actually, I don't need to be here. I can consult to this company, or I can change my career, or it just feels, the whole energy feels here that if you've come here for looking for the right information about the job that you're in, it doesn't feel like you're in the right place. Oh, and you've got the 6 of Pentacles at the bottom, and the 6 of Pentacles is your skills. That you've got something to give to somebody, right? You've got a situation in your life where you've got a certain excess of something. And if the company is taking advantage of you and they're not allowing you to be the real you and to show who you really are, then I think this card at the bottom is saying to you is, do you feel comfortable where you are? Because the 6 of Pentacles is about that. And you've got the Tower card next. So those of you who've come here for Pile 2 for about your job, I think you need to really have a good reset, a reassess of your position at your office, in your career. I think it's very much a warning here for you to say to you that you're giving the wrong parts of you to this job, and they're taking, and you're not receiving. You might be receiving a salary, but at the end of the day, you need to open your heart. I mean, look at the colors here. This is all heart chakra stuff. Your heart needs to be happy. So give it back to yourself. Show the world the real you, and show yourself, like, are you giving your time for the money? Are you, like, is it a career for you that you feel stuck? That's what I feel. I feel this feels like you're stuck. And I think what Spirit is saying to you is when you take the time to pause and to reassess the job that you're in, you'll find that there is so much out there. Let me tell you something. Everybody, well, I live in a country that's more third world than it is first, but it's very much, there's money around. There's always money around. There's always options. And I say that to everybody. You always have options. So make sure that you are believing in that of yourself. Don't just stick it out because you need to win. You need to push. Because you could be 10 years down the line and you could have been in something else, and you're just wasting your life in a situation that nobody accepts you and appreciates you. That's what this card feels like. And now your end card says, since I noticed the falling out of line really doesn't hurt that much, it has quite easily become my habit. So what this is saying to you is when you withdraw, when you fall out of line, when you don't have to always win, because this card is about always winning. It's about always being right and getting your job right and getting to work on time and giving everything you can to your job and trying to impress your boss and trying to get that raise and trying to prove yourself all the time. When you fall back a little bit, and you take time for yourself. Both these cards are saying, you see there's a bigger picture. You see that there's a bigger world out there, and you can definitely give the true you to another company or a contract worker or something. So pile 2, if you come out about your job, I definitely think you need to reassess your job. You need to have a look to see who it is out there that you are trying to impress with this middle card here. And Spirit is just saying to you, this 4 of Swords is saying, no, we don't want you to do that anymore. We want you to be at peace. We want you to have peace of mind instead of not being who you are. And you see he's sleeping here on the clouds, and his worries, concerns, and ideas are set aside, just like this little card is saying to you here. This little card at the top, your yogi card, is saying, you know what? When you actually fall into this peace, your problems disappear, and it's you heal differently, because this is you need much needed rest now, and this job is taking too much from you. So make sure that you self-care is not lazy. That is just one thing here, what Spirit is saying to you. Self-care is not lazy. This here is a very difficult situation for you to be in you. So how can you make more time for it? How can you pause and assess your situation right now? This is what your cards are saying to you. Because when you're carrying all these swords, all these thoughts, because swords are thoughts, and when you're carrying all of these thoughts, you can't have a clear mind. And you just keep battling with yourself, and anxiety will kick in, and then self-worth issues kick in, and you can't see the real you, and you can't be authentically who you are. So I think it feels very fearful, your position at work. And anxiety radiates in this card here. So if you find yourself waiting for the next shoe to drop, remind yourself that this is your mind, and you have the ability to decide right now and whisper a little thing in your ear to say, you know what, I've got the tools to get out of this. I have skills. I have so much more that I can give the world, and I can rebuild myself differently. You can see there's a little chrysalis here. It's a butterfly going into this cocoon, and a caterpillar going into the cocoon, and when it rebuilds, it becomes a butterfly. So there's so much more to you, pile 2, and your position where you are right now. And if you can't leave your company, you need to find a way to show them the real you and to reinvent yourself, because you can't be living in this state of anxiety all the time and not actually seeing the wood for the trees, because this hangman is all about that. The hangman is about giving yourself that time to be respectful to yourself and to give yourself time out. You can see that she's hanging there in the middle of nowhere, and it's the changing your point of view and looking at things a different angle, because this perspective will give you peace and enlightenment. So this is, it might be like, oh, I can't do that, I can't take time off work, I can't sacrifice the time off work. But when you see the world from a different angle, and you take time to bring in the wisdom, you can approach things differently, and you can say yes to yourself again, because that's what Spirit wants you to do. Spirit wants you to be authentically you and show the world the real you. all these skills that you do have, the giving and receiving you can have in life. You can receive. You don't always have to give. Right, I didn't think it was going to go down that road. That's quite a interesting message. And then the bottom of the deck here, I just looked at it quickly, and it says, stone in your path, get on top, stay balanced, enjoy the view, keep going. Now that is beautiful. I think you can't get an even more clear message. The stone in your path is definitely your anxiety, the fact that you don't believe in yourself anymore, and Spirit is saying to you, you are so amazing, pal, to please, you're worth more than that has been taken from you. So I hope this helps you, pal, too, and I hope this full moon gets you into the zone where you need to make some changes for yourself. Take care.